everybody, I'm Jake Murray.
And I'm Raylen Williams.
And today we're going to show you 5 exercises you must do when going from an inactive to an active lifestyle. So the first thing we're going to do is a calf stretch. It's a very simple stretch you can do while standing. What you're going to do is actually find any wall. I prefer corners. So we're going to use this lovely corner right here. And the idea is you are going to take one foot, you're going to extend it, have your toes up on the wall, keeping your legs straight. You're going to bring your body a little bit closer to the wall, and you should feel a little bit of a stretch on the back of the calf. Now, if this is a little bit too intense, you can always take your toes and lower them down on the wall. If you're looking for more of an extreme stretch, you can pick your toes a little bit higher up onto the wall. Again, any stretch we do, you want to just pull to a mild discomfort, and you're aiming for that stretch about 30 seconds. I like to repeat each stretch twice. Now, the next exercise we're going to do is going to be the hip flexor stretch. Anytime you spend large amounts of time seated, these two little muscles in the hips are going to get tight. The hip flexor stretch is going to be relatively straightforward. You're going to stand, hands on the hips. If you need to grab something for balance, feel free to do that. You're going to walk out one leg in front of you. Now, keeping your abs tight, you're picking up your spine so you're nice and tall, and you're pressing your hips forward so you feel a small stretch across the front of the hip. Again, 30-second stretch is what I like to look. And then obviously you'll want to switch sides and stretch the other side. Now our next stretch, we're going to show you 2 variations, and honestly this is the more important of all the stretches I like to do. This is the hamstring stretch. So the first version is a seated version. The seated version is going to be relatively straightforward. What I like to do is stretching the leg that you need, you're going to extend that leg, keep your toes pointed toward the sky, abs tight, spine straight, and you're going to keep your back straight and lean forward until you feel a small pull on the back of the upper thigh, the hamstring. Now after doing this for 30 seconds, I like to switch legs, stretch that leg for 30 seconds, and then rotate back to the first leg for a second round. Now the second variation of this, you're going to start laying down. You can use a strap like we have here. If you have a dog, you can use your dog leash, or you can use a belt. You're going to start by wrapping the leash around one part of the foot. You're going to take your opposite leg and lay it straight down on the ground. So fully extend that leg for me. There we go. You're going to lift the leg, keeping the knee straight or just a very, very slight bend. You're going to lift the leg until you feel that mild discomfort stretch across the back of the hamstring. Now obviously if you want it to stretch a little bit more, you can pull a little bit harder. If that's a little too intense, again, just relax a little bit on your hands and let the leg come out a little bit farther. Now our next exercise, our next stretch is going to be for the piriformis. The piriformis is a muscle that sits deep in the back of the glute. I'll take that strap for you. Now the piriformis stretch, you're going to start by picking your knees up and having your feet about 6 inches to a foot away from the bottom. You're going to take one leg and cross it over top the other knee, like you're making the number 4. You're going to take both hands, grab right around the upper kneecap, and you're going to pull that knee to the opposite shoulder. And you should feel a nice stretch going across the entire back of the glute. Again, 30 seconds is what we're looking for, doing each side twice. Now the final and 5th stretch we're going to talk about today is a spinal twist. Now this is not as much a stretch as it is an exercise to loosen up the core and the hips. You're going to start in a position similar to this. Your feet are going to be about 6 inches to a foot away from the bottom. Knees together. What you're going to do, keeping your shoulders on the bed or the floor at all times, you're going to let your legs and your knees fall to one side. Hold that position for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then you're going to slowly rotate the knees and let them fall to the other side. The idea is to switch back side to side. I like to do this for about a minute, and what this does is it helps loosen up our core, the lower back, and the hips. And those are our 5 stretches you must do daily.